मैले मेरो फर्म अफ थेरापी पाएँ यार
के
गाडीमा पागल जस्तो गाउने
त्यो तिमीले बल्ल फिगर आउट गरेर हो So that's always been मेरो therapy यार म कहिले काहीँ सोच्छु
तर मेरो चाहिँ लाइक इट ह्याज टु बी अ भेरी क्युरेटेड ग्रुप अफ सङ्ग्स के
मेरो त नेपाली songs man hits
No,
the
I can't like
vibes
vibe it with like any songs रहेछ के
yeah
like there's like specific not very sad lyrics भएको खाले अलि upbeat खालेको हुन्छ नि जसमा चाहिँ मैले गाउन सक्छु मेरो त्यो octave level मिल्ने खाले वाला के
yup
so I can like sing at the top of my voice
म मित्सुसँग हिजो कुरा गर्दै थिएँ क्या यसकै बारेमा होइन so we were listening to this हामीले चाहिँ कुनै कुनै सङहरू just have that airy vibe हुन्छ नि कस्तो airy भन्नाले कस्तो भुतिया खाले कुनै कुनै चाहिँ like sounds that make you sad some sounds नै क्या not even lyrics sounds that make you sad sounds that make you happy अनि we were talking के how are these sounds like हामी चाहिँ are we programmed to listen to this sound and be sad he has this always been in our nature भनेर क्या and then त्यही कुरा एक्सप्लोर गर्दा गर्दा चाहिँ
wait the question is like the songs ले चाहिँ music ले चाहिँ sad बनाउने हो
because music त throughout history evolve भएको आएको हो नि त the sounds the music that we have today it was not physically possible to create those sounds हरू हुन्छ नि अब with त्यस्तो खाले म्युजिक थिएन नि त हैन so यो चाहिँ this is like हामी primitive time हरुको कुरा गरे के so हामी चाहिँ as we evolved are we programmed that यो sound हुन्छ नि low volume the low frequency sounds हरु त्यस्तोहरु सुन्दाखेरि चाहिँ supposed to feel like हुन्छ नि so different sounds हरु feel different emotions हरु चाहिँ is this हामीले बच्चादेखि सुनेर आएर चाहिँ हामीलाई त्यस्तो feel भएको कि is this by nature नै हामीलाई त्यस्तो feel हुन्छ भनेर हामीले कुरा गरिरहेको थियौ के अनि यसमा चाहिँ then we started talking about sounds that are found in the nature अनि जस्तै like piano the birds chirping खाले हुन्छ नि high pitch good voice खाले हुन्छ नि and then that makes you feel good and then there are like त्यो storm हुरी बतासहरु आउँदा चाहिँ त्यो खाली साउन्डहरु हुन्छ नि and that makes you feel scared हुन्छ नि so then we kind of like हुन्छ नि maybe it's a bit of both खाली हुन्छ नि
yeah because like minor chords हरु चाहिँ they are supposed to make you feel sad के exactly minor chords हरु चाहिँ usually sad songs हरुमा हुन्छ के
exactly but I'm saying like त्यो minor chords हरु हुन्छ नि like the music the chords and everything has it always been in nature or like like हुन्छ नि हामीलाई चाहिँ is this nurture खाले के are we like हुन्छ नि त्यो सुनेपछि sad हुनु पर्छ है जस्तो हो कि naturally नै do we feel that way
with songs that I think तिमीले अस्ति भन्नु थियो नि like songs remind you of the place you listen to it in first खालेको त्यो पनि त हो नि त
I mean that is part of song music artist हरु भयो हैन I'm talking about sound alright I think we're ready to start
sounds को कुराले अलिकति सन्तुलन भन्ने जस्तो छ तिमीहरुको
ल ल ल okay Hi everyone, I'm Dhikichau.
And I am Aditya.
And welcome to Dhikichau, the podcast. We are so very excited and happy and jolly because we're turning 2.
Yes.
Dhikichau
is turning 2.
It turned 2 the day it airs, you know?
So it's gonna turn 2 Ado just release bhako din. So this is a few days ahead. So alright.
Congratulations for 2 years of Dhikichau.
Congrats. Thank you so much for all the listeners who've been supporting us throughout.
Yes, I think that should be the first thing we should address, like for our listeners, for our viewers, whoever have been following us on wherever, Hansani. Thank you so much for following us and supporting us. It has been a journey, because
it has been a quest.
Ambo. Yeah, it has actually, and I think because we took a break in between Bichama, and like one of the major reasons why we wanted to like continue it was because we're getting so many DMs and so many inquiries. Like people are like asking us, and koile auncha next episode. We've been like waiting, khaleko, and that sort of like kept us going. I think in a way,
it definitely did.
Yeah, so we have something special planned out for you guys. This is special to like I think both of us are like quite nervous for that because this is going to be a little bit different. So ajako episode we are dividing it into 3 segments. The first ma how well do you know each other khaleko segment huncha for which we have Pratibha behind cameras.
Hi.
Yes.
So she has prepared some questions for both of us
which we don't know what it is.
We don't know about it.
Clue.
Yeah. So she will be asking us questions about each other and then about the podcast, like who knows it better. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to win both of it.
Wow. All right.
On third segment, we have prepared questions for each other.
Yeah.
So Chao is going to ask questions to me. I'll be asking him some questions. It's going to be fun.
Yep. Ani, before we start, we'd like to officially welcome Pratibha into our team. Welcome to Dhikichyau. We're so happy to have you.
Yes.
Dhanibad, I'm happy to be here as well.
All right.
Yes.
So,
let's get started. So we got okay.
So I
Pratibha,
think
please
I'll
take over.
start first.
Okay.
Okay. So तिमीहरुको teamwork मा हैन, who do you think will survive a zombie apocalypse longer?
Longer. Wait, this is like ekarka wala question ki?
No, this is like random दुईजना.
Random question.
Like out there तिमीहरु दुईजनाको just starting off with.
Okay, that's gonna be me, obviously.
Yeah, I think म त फर्स्टमै डेड हुन्छ होला because like हुन्छ नि त्यो zombie apocalypse start भयो भने because I don't know which way to like go हुन्छ नि. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be the first one to die. Like in 3 seconds, pretty sure.
All right, and the second you say it's just a startup.
All right, this is just warm up.
So who do you think is like a pushover and like most likely to be convinced by something very easily?
दुईजनामा? That's so easy me.
I think we both are very like strong-minded, so we do have a lot of discussions about like what to do, things that हुन्छ नि प्लानहरु गर्दाखेरि पनि अनि कतिचोटि चाहिँ you do have to step back and just like listen and cool down and manage the situation.
Are you telling me I'm the one who's like pushing you over?
I know, but yeah, I think that sums up the answer.
तर हैन मलाई चाहिँ why I think that is like push over exactly भन्दा पनि I feel like I have like अति नै empathize गर्ने चाहिँ I have that more के. So if someone comes and tells me about something, I just listen to them and try to understand खालिको. अब that might make me look like a pushover if that makes sense, I know. But that's the reason why I said like more,
All right, so I would say who knows each other well. We'll start. This is very light-hearted, fun segment. I know. The first question for you guys
Are we supposed to write it down in this one?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, so what are 5 things they carry all the time? So, timle usko. What are the 5 things like absolutely bokirako?
You know what we should do? Like एउटा साइडमा चाहिँ we should write like अर्काको अनि आफ्नो पनि because then we like tally गर्नु पर्यो नि त है. All right. यो त सेम हुन्छ जस्तो लागिरहेछ.
हैन होला.
What do you always carry while traveling?
Every time. जहिले बेला.
In general like जहिले पनि घरबाट निस्किने बेला.
तिमी के बोक्दै बोक्दैन थाहा छ? तिमीले बोक्नु पर्ने मलाई बोकाउँछ तिमीले जहिले पनि. Are you serious? म लेखिसके तिम्रो 5 वटा.
Maybe you know better, I don't know.
No, who's gonna go first? Kritisha?
ल म भन्छु नि त म भन्छु. तिम्रो चाहिँ मैले लेखेको चस्मा.
Okay,
त्यो तिमी लगाइ नै हाल्छ.
Yeah.
Wallet.
Yup.
Keys. Phone.
And
तिम्रो ring.
Yeah, that's pretty much correct. All right, more भन्छु है त. Power bank. No. Power bank, shades. Mobile. Keys.
ए ला मैले phone.
Keys. छैन तिम्रो keys?
Keys त लेखेको छैन रहेछ तर.
Oh.
तर like keys त हो मैले लेख्न बिर्सेको चाहिँ हो.
अनि hair tie.
है. Actually scrunchy हो नि त. तर मैले
like I know her better than she does.
मैले चाहिँ like ring because I couldn't think of anything अनि पर्स भनेर लेखेकै.
What is their coping mechanism?
I hate you. What the hell? तिमी यस्तो चिटिङ गर्नु हुँदैन.
हेरमा त ल.
यो त pretty dark pretty soon गयो त bro. I feel attacked. Okay, अब भनौँ न त.
तिमी भन this way first. You go first.
Yes, la, you go first. अब चाहिँ.
तिम्रो?
मेरो.
Crying.
अर्को?
त्यति मात्र लेखेँ मैले.
मेरो coping mechanism getting cranky. होइन तर journaling भनेर लेखेको थिएँ मैले. Journaling and getting cranky. तिम्रो के हो coping mechanism? म भन्छु पहिला. Not dealing with this shit. Or slash humor.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Cute.
What did you write?
Well, the workout later. I feel attacked. Alright. But it's cool. Like it's nice. I like this because getting to know each other better. Getting to know each other better.
Okay, so the next one is, when did you guys first meet? Year, any place?
Your चाहिँ याद छैन.
The place पनि याद छैन.
I think I know. I think I remember.
Who's gonna know the best answer यसमा?
I know.
तिम्रो दुईजनाकैमा डिपेन्ड हुन्छ.
Year त I know. I know the year I know you.
Bachelor's सुरु भएको थियो.
Shut up, let's show me your answer.
It's probably ल okay.
ल अब चाहिँ कृतिशा go first.
Okay. 2014. AC नामङ्गलमा.
Yes, basketball court.
Basketball court होइन. त्यो चाहिँ थाहा छैन मलाई. तर AC levels नै हो.
तिमीले के लेखेछ?
देखाऊ. तिमीले भर्खर चेन्ज गरायो त्यो 13 बाट 14.
मैले 14 नै लेखेको थिएँ.
Basketball court. How do you know that so specifically?
I remember basketball court ma, because it was she used to study ACE +2 ma. I used to study ACE A levels ma. अनि हाम्रो त्यस्तै क्लासेसहरु सबै सिधेपछि everybody is playing basketball or something के. अनि उनीहरु चाहिँ उसको साथीहरु भेट्नु आएको थियो. अनि त्यति बेला चाहिँ फर्स्ट टाइम देखाए जस्तो लाग्यो.
Okay.
First time देखा भेटे. So it was not in the class, it was not inside the building, it was in the basketball court, like Theko home time ish. I remember.
Okay, specific रहेछ झन्.
Specific हुनु पर्यो नि यस्तो कुरा.
ल.
What do you think is their guilty pleasure?
म तिम्रो मात्र लेखे. मेरो त I think I'll tally. I mean like I think about rule change. I think
मैले तिम्रो मात्र लेख्छु.
त्यति मात्र ठिकै हुन्छ होला.
अनि के रिफ्लेक्ट गर्ने आन्सर?
There's no point. ल, all right, I am ready.
ल भन
I
तिमी.
think I know this.
You start.
But I might be terribly wrong.
मलाई मेरै थाहा छैन तर.
Singing to Taylor Swift.
That's not guilty pleasure.
Oh.
I'm not guilty about that. I own that shit. मलाई तिम्रो फुड भन्ले like junk food खाने क्या.
Now if I think about it, yes.
Because mostly diet मा हुन्छ and like खाइदिउँ न खाली. I remember Bangkok मा Magnum.
Oh, त्यो चाहिँ डेन्जर guilty pleasure थियो यार.
Magnum?
So, yeah. So हामी थाइमा हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ there was this Magnum like thick ice cream पाउँथ्यो क्या.
Ice cream bar. Thick Rambo. I was like, oh, okay. There was this thick ice cream bar.
Thick ice cream bar थियो हैन. अनि त्यो हामी चाहिँ like राति सुत्नु अलि नभेला चाहिँ राति जान्थ्यो नि आइसक्रिम बार.
डाइरेक्ट जिमबाट आउँथ्यो यार. अनि लाइक त्यो मार्ट अगाडि पुगेर अनि कल गर्थ्यो म्याग्नम खाने हो. He used to like save up उसको calories for Magnum क्या.
ठ्याक्क पुग्थ्यो के. ठ्याक्क बाँकी हुन्थ्यो अनि ठ्याक्क क्यालोरिज लाइक स्क्यान गर्नु मिल्थ्यो अनि काउन्ट गरेरै आइसक्रिम खान्थ्यो त्यति बेला चाहिँ. अहिले त गिल्टी प्लेजर एभ्री डे भइरहेछ यार. राइट, टेक द नेक्स्ट क्वेसन.
ठिक छ, प्रायोरिटिज. So अर्को इज one thing that they cannot stop blabbering about.
Oh my god. कति छ यार.
I mean, I think I have phases of things that I blabber about. All right, you go first.
Music, powerlifting, like all of your ideas on a podcast.
Okay.
Ticks all them boxes, yeah? All right, more work.
Work?
Yeah, a little bit. No?
Okay, I try not to.
Only recently, there's this speaker/writer that she's really following, and she keeps on going on and on
What's
and
her
on
name?
and on about this. She talks a lot about shame and guilt.
What's her
I
name?
forgot her name. And I forgot her name. What's her name?
Bernie Brown.
Yes, Bernie Brown. That's right. Check her out.
Okay.
That's true.
What is their place of birth? Hospital भन्न पाउँदैन तर. So like specific place of birth.
Location
Lacking
by
the-
books, no?
Location त अब
I think it has to be a wild guess, man.
I'm so confused.
कहाँबाट आयौ तिमी?
You go first.
You go first.
You go first.
Bhaktapur.
That's so funny because I wrote Janakpur. Is that true though?
दुवैजना लास्टमा काठमाडौँमा जन्मायो
Patanma हो म चाहिँ.
ए म चाहिँ काठमाडौँमै हो पुतली सडक. There's some hospital there.
All right. I think
That's
that's all for the questions I had.
Who knows each other better? I think I do.
मैले स्क्वायर नै राख्न बिर्सेँ के तर.
Actually,
Who जित्यो जस्तो लाग्यो?
Love, who knows the podcast best?
All right, we switch to the next segment. Let's see who knows
Dhikichau better.
Dhikichyau better. All right.
All right. So the first question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
When was the first video podcast aired? The video podcast.
This girl, man.
Oh my god.
I know who was the first guest. I know where it was shot. Aired.
The date, होइन?
The date.
कहाँ तिमीहरू के सर्च हानेर?
त्यस्तो हैन. Wait, तर
Calendar चाहिँ हेरौँ.
क्यालेन्डर चाहिँ हेर्यो भने चाहिँ
हुँदैन हेर्ने सोच
नहेरौँ. Just let's just guess. तिमी नहेर न.
मैले हेरेको छैन. Alright. हेरेको छैन. लेख्नु त पर्यो नि त.
अब तिमीहरूले ल The follow-up would be what was it about पनि so त्यो पनि सोच ल. When and what was the podcast?
No, alright. Let's go for it. This is सोच्नु पाउँदैन. There has to be a time limit. Alright. Let's go.
Like, you wanna go first, Aditya?
It was end of August 2020.
Okay, what about you?
August 18 is my guess. Like mid to last now, August 2020 with Tyson in House of Family. Yeah.
So date को कुरा गर्दा चाहिँ तिमीहरूको August 2020, yes, mid to last, so 13 August हो.
Oh.
But the episode is wrong. तिमीहरूको first video podcast was how it all started where तिमीहरू बसेर
होइन यस्तो थियो. I'll explain. So Tysonसँग गऱ्यो हैन, Tysonसँग episode गऱ्यो अनि त्यसपछि we came back and we're like, no, we have to give the audience an idea of what we're doing next and त्यति बेला we shot के. So technically it was with Tyson first one.
Yeah. So
but then airing chronology हेर्यो भने चाहिँ first मा अर्को आएको थियो ल fine.
That's a very short video about how it started and what we're trying to do.
I think so like तिमीहरू
तर
दुई
yeah,
जनालाई
it makes sense. Yeah. त्यो बेलामा.
So I think यसमा चाहिँ तिमीहरू दुई जनाले नै point. Second question is, how many guests have come to the podcast as of now? And so count गर्ने बेला, for instance, Boju Bajai आउनु भएको थियो, so it's 2 guests. It's the people we're counting.
Oh my goodness.
As an individual, each individual person is a guest. Okay.
Damn.
Okay, अब random guess.
सोच न एक
अब अहिलेसम्म एयर नभएको एपिसोडको पनि त काउन्ट गर्नु पर्यो नि हैन.
अहिलेसम्म एयर भएको.
एयर भएको छ.
अहिलेसम्म एयर भएको.
तिमी लेख त and don't change it later.
लेखेर त्यहाँ टर्न गरिहाले यतापट्टि देखाऊ अनि.
I say 45.
42.
Damn, तिमीहरूको सोच्ने लेभल चाहिँ सिमिलर रहेछ. किन 40s मा पुग्यो तर? But I counted and it was 30.
Oh, I think
30?
because we have like repetitive guests भएर पनि होला नि
Yeah,
त.
repetitive guests
Oh,
are
alright. होइन होला.
मैले सब काउन्ट लेखेर ल्याएछ मैले ल.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn. All right.
यो त अलिक गाह्रो.
But for some reason तिमीहरूले किन 40s तिर सोच्यो? Like it's pretty big
मैले
number.
चाहिँ किन सोचेको भन्दाखेरि because अहिलेसम्म 42 वटा एपिसोड छ हैन अनि लाइक 2-3 जना काउन्ट डबल ट्रिपल भएपछि बिकज एउटा एपिसोडमा त वी ह्याड 4 गेस्ट हैन अनि त्यो भएर चाहिँ अनि अब लाइक just random guess. They around me होला भन्नु सोचिरहेको थिएँ म चाहिँ.
Yeah, मैले त्यसै सोचिरहेको थिएँ 40ish सोचिरहेको थिएँ. कति भयो 30? 30. 30. Damn, I'm the wild off racer there. Alright.
I know, it's good. It's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so अर्को I think यो त सक्छ तिमीहरूले ल. What are the 2 most repetitive phrases you all use in the podcast?
This is an attack. Now this is an attack.
Guilty charged, oh?
Is very.
Did you count these 2?
No. त्यति समय चाहिँ अलि भएन.
Oh my god. ल
1,
I think-
2, 3, let's go.
के छ? हुन्छ नि अनि होइन.
जेपाइदे
मैले
हुन्छ नि होइन.
होइन
होइन अब भनेको भने
अलि होइन होला.
अब चाहिँ के हो
के लेख्यो?
Yeah, like अनि like
That was अस्ति भर्खर नि we were discussing the same thing त
लाइक
ग्रुपमा.
र क्या
त्यो चाहिँ मैले भन्छु क्या
हुन्छ नि अनि क्या
अनि हुन्छ नि त लेखेछ नि मैले
the other one होइन चाहिँ अलि भएन.
मैले चाहिँ like लेखेको थिएँ. I think like पनि should be
हुन्छ नि अनि क्या. Alright, I got one right, she got one right.
alright.
ल
We're equals,
even out
yeah.
भयो. How many followers Dhikichau has in TikTok account?
यो त wild biased question भयो यार.
किन biased?
म
Why
TikTok
biased?
चलाउँदैन.
जेपाइदे अस्ति को केटी नाचिरहेको मलाई देखाएको थियो टिकटकमा.
Oh no.
Give a wild guess.
म बरु युट्युबको भनिदिन्छु.
म YouTube को भनिदिन्छु
त्यही भएर युट्युब नसोधेको.
मलाई I know the roundabout चाहिँ.
ल त्यही त give a guess.
TikTok को roundabout. TikTok स्टक गर्ने भएछ तिमीले. Alright, followers हैन. 3K.
Are you kidding me?
हैन.
4500. 4000 plus just.
यति छ.
So 4,451 to be precise.
Alright. Pretty impressive.
I think time to get back.
टिकटकमा पुश गर्नु पर्यो भनेर भनिरहेको छु.
Time to get back on TikTok.
Yes sir.
Next question. अघि पनि कुरा आएको थिएन. So you guys took a short break from your bi-weekly uploads बिचमा हैन. So how long was this break? तिम्रो last upload बडा like break गयो नि. So कति months, कति days को त्यो break थियो?
कति months? How
तिमीहरुले
long was the break?
The break.
The break. How long was that?
6 months.
Something like that.
6 months दुबैले
6 months. Lock कर दिया जाए.
कर दिया जाए.
Yes.
I mean almost 6 months. So 5 months, 24 days.
6
More or
months.
less.
Almost 6 months. Okay.
Nice.
Arko is, what are the different locations you guys have shot the podcast? Like number, कतिवटा different locations मा तिमीहरुले खिचेछ podcast?
Do we count like
Yes. I know what you're
Every
thinking,
location?
yes.
online?
So like घर is one, हैन? I'm saying that. So दुबईको घर 1 2 गर्नु पर्दैन. घर is one. त्यसरी
Because
count.
we've also done online.
Yeah, त्यही त घर भने.
त्यो घर भयो नि त.
1 2 3. ल. Alright.
कतिवटा?
ल कतिवटा?
6.
8.
8? I know.
So are we adding तिमीहरु दुईटाको घरलाई छुट्टै
Yes.
छुट्टै?
Yeah.
म भन्छु है त. House of Ballads.
Shout out to House of Ballads.
Yes. Musicology.
Shout out to Musicology.
अनि त्यसपछि तिम्रो घरमा गरेको भयो.
Shout out to my place.
अनि अनलाइन मेरो घरबाट भयो हैन.
Shout out to her place as well.
अनि त्यसपछि here 5, that makes it 5.
Shout out to Samaya Studio.
Villa.
Oh damn, I missed that.
अनि
Ox.
Yes, yes.
Oxमा गरे हैन एउटा. अनि एउटा गाडीमा.
You missed out one.
You missed out one.
You missed out one.
ल भन तिमीलाई थाहा छ?
जनकपुर, my place.
No, त्यो त घरै भयो.
त्यो त भए छैन.
तिमीहरुले अर्को मिस गरे गफ पासको स्टुडियो.
Oh.
So it's 9.
Damn. Alright.
Okay.
I was off by a mile.
I win this one.
Oh yeah, because
I'll give you that.
ल.
मेरो दिमागमा आथेन यतितिर.
Okay, so तिमीहरु दुबैले थाहा छ अर्को चाहिँ भन्थ्यो ल भन्दिराख नि त how many subscribers do you have? on YouTube.
YouTube.
लेख पहिला ल कति
2300 plus.
2.34K.
Okay, 2.35K.
Wow.
It's increasing. It's increasing.
Yay.
Alrighty, we're growing. So if you haven't subscribed, please do.
Hit that bell button.
Yes, because we're putting in a lot of effort early after the break, and there's a lot of exciting things coming up.
Do you guys have anything else in mind podcast related सोध्ने?
What's your favorite episode? अहिलेसम्म?
I think time phase टाइममा लाइक अलिअलि त्यो चेन्ज हुन्छ कुन चाहिँ फेभरेट हुने भनेर. तर आई थिङ्क वान अफ द मेरो एकदम याद भइराख्ने एपिसोड्सहरू
Let me guess.
ल
One is Ox. होइन? Second one is with Mitsu.
Oh yeah, I think Mitsuko is
Stands out more.
Stands out, yeah. Mitsuसँगको एपिसोड चाहिँ was a very special, very intimate, very कस्तो भन्ने एकदमै त्यो भयभरको सबै ढोकाहरू खोलेर बोलाए जस्तो छ क्या त्यो. So yeah, that's a close one.
Before Mitsuसँग चाहिँ त्यो Ox हैन?
Yeah.
अनि तिम्रो?
I think so.
मेरो त I think आफूले प्रिपेयर गरेको एकदम मजा आएको वाला चाहिँ was birth order. होइन? अनि लाइक रमाइलो गफ भएको छ. आई थिङ्क अस्ति नुक्सहरूसँग really nice. त्यो चाहिँ लाइक एन्टरटेनिङ लाइक हुन्छ नि. सरी बट लाइक क्या त्यो हुन्छ नि गर्ल ग्याङसँग गफ हाल्नु जस्तो फिल भइरहेको.
नाइस. सो एउटा लास्ट अर्को क्वेसन चाहिँ one thing what you guys हुन्छ नि absolutely wanna do with the podcast like अबको टाइममा चाहिँ लाइक यो एउटा कुरा चाहिँ हामी गर्छ खाले केही छ भने तिमीहरूको?
One.
Choose one. Pick one. Pick one.
I
think it's like a progression खालेको पनि हो. And there are like a lot of things, so don't know which one falls where खाले पनि.
With the podcast say our goal हुन्छ नि is become more clearer and clearer. Evolution हुँदै छ हैन हाम्रो गोल्सहरु पनि कसो गर्ने भनेर. So right now I think we found our sweet spot where we really wanna listen and understand and learn at
where
the end of the
balance
day.
Is खालेको.
So we do like to have different perspectives on our channel हुन्छ नि. Just hear like different views from different sides and just have a different lens of looking at the world. So that's been the main goal with the podcast, and I think त्यही नै भ्याल्युजहरु चाहिँ हामी अगाडि पनि लग्दै जान्छौँ भन्ने चाहिँ आशा छ.
यति भन्दै म मेरो प्रस्तुति यही समाप्त गर्छु भन्न बाँकी हो. So I think अब ब्याक टु तिमीहरूले सोध्ने एकअर्कालाई क्वेसन.
यो एक्साइटिङ.
The deeper segment.
Please start. मेरो त deep छ यार.
Very deep so. मेरो त it's all over the place like it usually is.
Yeah, and that's pretty fine.
Yeah, it's fun, bro. It's actually fun. You have no idea.
Alright, you go first.
हैन तिमी जाऊ न.
अनि तिमी जाऊ न. Please.
कति धेरै क्वेशन्स छ के मेरो त. I don't know where I can start from.
मेरो त
I'll just go with the first question. Okay. Would you rather?
I wouldn't.
Would you rather die in 50 years with many regrets or die in 20 years with no regrets?
20 वर्ष त पुग्छ त.
ए ल 30 वर्ष गर्दिम न त. अनि तर लाइक young without any regrets कि old with regrets?
I think this is a very contradictory question.
Why?
Because like the younger you are, the more mistakes you make. And the older you get with your past experiences, like timro alikati bhaye pani knowledge gets bigger. So like I think the regretful कामहरु चाहिँ घट्दै जान्छ जस्तो लाग्छ के मलाई as you get older. So but there is this के भन्ने romantic notion of live fast die young खाले जुन चाहिँ मलाई पहिले चाहिँ growing up एकदमै
you resonated with?
Yeah, एकदमै attractive लाग्थ्यो के बुझ्यो. Like live fast die young हुन्छ नि जे भन्छ लाइक के भन्छ त्यसलाई YOLO टाइप्स हुन्छ नि. Just do everything right now. त्यो अलिकति रिपरकसन्सहरु कन्सिक्वेन्सेसहरु नसोचिकन एक्सन्सहरु लिने चाहिँ एउटा फेज थियो भनौं न. तर as you get older I feel like हुन्छ नि you live for the long term के भन्छ रिटर्न्स के
Mm.
हुन्छ नि. So I think
Mm.
I would want to live a longer life, but the regrets, I feel like, you get by. So I think regretful भन्दा नि I would kind of prefer living a longer life, even if it's a bit boring.
Yeah. Agreed. Because like, मलाई चाहिँ पहिला didn't want to have any regrets in life के. पहिला to a point where I wanted to have like no regrets tattooed on my body. खाले हुन्छ नि.
तिमी ट्याटु देखाइदिइ हाल नि त त्यही खुसियाली.
हैन तर like त्यो चाहिँ मलाई like the
भएको ट्याटु देखाउँ न त अनि यसको चाहिँ मिनिङ भन्दियो नि त.
त्यो मेरो क्वेसन नेक्स्ट.
ना I mean like
अनि त्यो
सेगमेन्टसँग मिलाइदिएको.
ठिकै छ तर हैन to a point where I wanted to have that tattooed हैन अनि as you grow old it's like what's life without some regrets खाले के. Because that happens and that's how you learn.
And exactly. So regrets भन्दाखेरि पनि हुन्छ नि. I mean you make mistakes हैन अनि त्यो wishing that you didn't is not going to help. Okay? Wishing that you didn't नै हो नि त regret. But if you think about the same thing in a different manner, it's not regret. Okay? You've got remorse that you've done something wrong, but then you can work on not doing the same things again. Okay? So that's a learning. Okay? So yeah, I mean regret is a state of mind. It's not the action that you do. But then तिमीले wrong कुरा गरेर पनि you can feel like you've learned things rather than regretful. Okay?
Wow.
And
Here's the question.
I'm gonna say, so what does your ideal world look like?
Ideal world. I think I have always been a very idealistic person. Like if people do this, the world will be a better place. If my friends do this or like say this, it'll be better. खालेको तर त्यो जति idealistic world मा आफू बस्दै गयो त्यति नै you sort of like disassociate with the real world.
Because you're lost in your imagination of the world or what it can be.
Yeah, and it's sort of like doesn't go according to your plan. So I've sort of like let go of having that idealistic world. But
if you had to.
But if I had to, I think now I think मेरो idealistic ideal world मा चाहिँ everybody's going to therapy.
So in the ideal world everybody has problems.
No, that's not how I see it. Like मैले मान्छेहरुलाई therapy जाऊ भन्यो भने people get offended and I find it so fucking funny हुन्छ नि like you don't have to be sad to go to therapy. You're just like taking care of your mental health and like you're just like I think मेरो ideal world मा everyone's going to therapy and learning how to communicate के बुझेन like even if you're like dealing with something or you're not trying to deal with something हुन्छ नि communicate and like because हामी communicate गर्छौं त अति नै like humans like we interact and stuff अनि because we don't know how to communicate and communicate our emotions especially that's when people get hurt okay? So I think everyone should go to therapy like त्यो चाहिँ ideal world हुन्थ्यो होला like people will just be like you know like even if you're like suppose everyone's going to therapy you know and I know you're going through therapy so like अब तिमी केही नराम्रो गर्यो भने पनि I'll be like okay he's going through some shit but he's going to therapy so राम्रै हुन्छ at the long run खाले के yeah I think too. Would you rather have 3 nipples or 1?
Like why? I'm good with the 2 I have.
What like suppose एउटा situation आयो रे where you had to like undergo surgery or whatever हुन्छ नि and like doctor ले तिमीलाई option दियो रे you can survive but like in 2 conditions with 1 nipple or 3.
I think I'll definitely go for the 3 nipples, man.
Okay. I expected that.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
I don't want to know.
Mera balo. All right. It's only heavy नै
ठिक छ,
छ
it's okay. तिमी heavy so म अलिकति lighten up
balance. So what is something that you know you are doing wrong but are too scared of admitting?
I know I'm doing wrong, but I can't help it. Sometimes I feel really bad for hating people for like having pineapples on pizza. Okay, I'll get deep so the question.
Alright.
Okay, tara. At what point are we good enough? Like when are we self-improved enough to accept ourselves?
I think the day you accept yourself is the day you're good enough.
Good enough wala kurama चाहिँ. So okay, follow-up question. Like good enough boy, no? But how do you strive to become better? And is the quest of becoming better like good or bad?
A lot of times as humans we strive for like one answer, when either it is left or it's right. A lot of times it's middle. So with this too, I feel like it's the same. Accepting yourself, being able to love yourself for who you are is the first step, then thriving to be better is always there, okay? Like that's the way to grow, way to move forward. But again, like more probably I was growing up with a lot of the hustle culture, a lot of
I remember.
Yeah, I literally had this to quotes like on my wallpaper. Okay? The day you're satisfied is the day you die. Like so, never satisfied, never like always. So our this underlying meanings basically is always strive for more, but the more the more I've been understanding things. It's trying to feel like when we talked about this journey and we talked about how it's a quest, so the more you understand, like बाँच्दै जाँदाखेरि चाहिँ
okay.
A lot of times we obsess about goals, यस्तो हुनुपर्छ कि यस्तो गर्नुपर्छ खाली हैन. Now that becomes a journey because you have a fixed goal in mind, अनि so हामी चाहिँ growing up we always think that life is a journey. Because you have a fixed goal, you have a fixed path, and on anything that does not go right, then you feel like this is not the path I was on. And you lose your shit, you get disappointed, you get disheartened. It's hard to pick up. But when you look at life as a quest, so you don't know where you're gonna stumble upon. You don't have a final so the quest is looking for a better place, but it's not a it's like when Christopher Columbus went on a quest, he found America or whatever. He was not on a journey to a destination. He was on a quest to find new land. It could have been anything. It could have been mountains, it could have been deserts, it could have been some island with pirate gold or whatever. I think that is what life is right now. It's a quest, so you're navigating these open seas, and it's not a fixed journey. And so, yeah,
yes,
I think that sums up the answer.
Understood.
Is there anything? So this relates with the first question you asked me about regrets. Is there anything in the past that you would want to change? So not just change, but is there anything in the past that you think you should have done better?
Oh, a lot of things.
One thing.
A lot of things.
One thing.
But so there's always that there's always that opportunity cost, for you to like that you could have done better. But that's just a very wrong way of beating yourself up for things that you've done in your past. Because मलाई चाहिँ अहिले what I feel right now is whatever choices people make, they made that choice at the best of their abilities. Okay?
At that point of time.
At that point.
With the information and knowledge that they had
Yeah.
at that point of time.
Yeah. अनि कस्तो एउटा हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि when you like बाँच्दै जाँदा
बाँच्दै जाँदा.
बाँच्दै जाँदा and you look back and now you have new set of knowledge, new set of experiences, new set of things, I know. And then you're like, fuck, I was so cringe.
Yeah.
Like you look back.
So the same things that you thought you were doing right, now looking
become
back
wrong,
at it,
okay.
have become wrong.
Yeah. So that's, I think, that's a bias.
Mhm.
दिमागको.
Mhm.
अनि तर यस्तो पनि हो, some of the things I regret in life give me the
Not do the same thing again. Do
not
things
do
better.
the same thing again भन्दा नि होइन, maybe I'll do it again or like people don't learn from like one mistakes, they have to do like couple of them हुन्छ नि. तर that sort of gives me the courage to do better. Okay, I wouldn't say make it right the next time, but do better in the next thing that comes along. खाली go.
Interesting.
So I wouldn't really
Change anything.
Yeah.
Right. Next question.
कस्तो दिउँ अब.
Carlaya.
Would you rather?
Oh my! I wouldn't.
You have to. Would you rather have sex with a goat
Wow.
or
Wow.
live the rest of your life with everyone thinking you had sex with a goat?
We're going there straight up.
Yep. It's time.
I mean, fuck what people think, right? You do right by you. So yeah, second option is fine for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I can live with that. I can live with that.
Viral बनाइदिनु Chow had sex with a goat भनेर.
Oh shit. All right. So.
डर आयो.
Yeah, I mean, the heavy shits are there.
It's okay. It's okay.
What has been the hardest thing for you to unlearn? So, what's something that you always grew up thinking that it was right, but now, like we talked about learning and things, you know? So, what has been the hardest thing to unlearn?
The hardest thing to unlearn, and it still is hard for me to unlearn, is my tendency of like organizing and things ke. Like having things in place, khali. Like the flow that you talked about, Austin. Like I can't go with the flow. Okay? I need to have everything. I need to know what's gonna come next. Like I don't like surprises. I mean, I like surprises.
I think again, this goes back to the same kuragi. How we talked about life is a journey, is a quest, not a journey. Whenever. So that you're very organized and you like things planned, and obviously like you set
Life
goals.
doesn't go according to plan.
You set goals. So I would say we always have that frequent friction between us because she likes to plan out things, have her goals set, and talk yo pachi yo. I've always it's like
Haywire.
it's not exactly hairwire. I would call
Haywire.
it navigating.
How? How is that navigating?
I mean, you go with the flow, Anthony. So,
Malai, let me explain. I think this question is very deep because, like, it goes to existentialism. Because if you think about it,
thinking about it,
this world is a coincidence, bro.
It is.
I know. Everything in life is coincidence. It just like happens so randomly.
Exactly.
Only for you to like have a goal and like follow it. About whatever your goal is, it can be as easy as simple as like आज म यो podcast गर्छु वाला जस्तो गोल हुन्छ नि. Simple goals पनि if you don't like यो permutation and combination लाई अलिकति analyze गरेर त्यो figure out गरेन भने the chances of you not getting closer to your goals is like higher. Okay?
Mhm.
You know, so like for example, accidents, you know,
Mhm.
road accidents, whatever. हुन्छ कहिलेकाहीँ अब that's like completely out of your होइन but you follow rules, you put on your seat belt so that even if it happens, the catastrophe, the whatever accident को जे चाहिँ effect हुन्छ that is minimized भनेर नि त.
Mhm.
So that is why okay?
Yeah.
So that like even if things go south, you don't lose everything खाली के.
Understood.
But like yeah, I mean like I'm trying to, I wouldn't say I am like completely trying to unlearn that because I understand this importance,
Mhm.
होइन तर trying to loosen up a bit say.
Makes sense. But like life as we know it, so we've always had like our civilization यहाँसम्म आउनुको लागि होइन, we've always had some guiding light के होइन. So before there was all of this capitalistic goals that we had and we're chasing after, before all of that we had religion, we still do, but religion was the faith भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ एकदमै the guiding light जस्तो act गर्थ्यो क्या. There was like मान्छेहरू this is how they're supposed to be, this is what they're supposed to do हुन्छ नि. So त्यसले गर्दा नि थिङ्सहरू सेट हुन्थ्यो नि त. So अहिले चाहिँ now we have all of these capitalistic views that हुन्छ नि, you make money, you do this and then you retire to this भनेर होइन. But take a step back हुन्छ नि, अब अलिकति अनि look at life for what it is क्या, not what हुन्छ नि it seems to be, because we have to understand that we're living in a stimulation. There's a fucking like huge हुन्छ नि worldwide मान्छेहरूले चाहिँ अब बनाएको कुरा हो क्या. So you need to understand the difference. Obviously not completely ignore it. So money is, currency itself is like stimulation though, एउटा fucking agreement ko हैन. So but obviously you can't completely disregard it, like fuck this, I'm not going to live in this world because there is like a reason we have civilization, we have societies, we have countries, but you need to understand that before all of that, before even going there, we're humans first. Yeah.
What I sense from what you're saying right now is I feel like you're sort of like saying that त्यो capitalistic notion मा चाहिँ conform नगर भनेर जस्तो भनिरहेछ नि तिमीले. That's what I'm getting out of it, that's what I'm understanding हैन. तर even apart from that क्या, like हुन्छ नि like भने नि यो आजको podcast record गर्ने भनेर goal लियो नि whatever it is, त्यो लाई नै क्या. अब even if you want to like be like okay I want to learn guitar or whatever and that's your goal नि त, त्यो हुनलाई पनि there are certain like things you have to arrange and manage खाले क्या, which will make it easier for you to get to that खाले क्या. And if you can, why wouldn't you भने मात्रै हो. Anyways, I you get what I mean, right?
I get what you mean. There has to be a balance भन्ने मात्र हो क्या मैले चाहिँ हुन्छ नि. You need to be spontaneous with life, man. Like you need to see where म तिमीलाई point out गरेर भने हैन, I'm just like talking in general.
I just feel very attacked.
म तिमीलाई point गरेर भने हैन, none of it हुन्छ नि. I think because that like cause say it's in your head okay, because you relate a lot with whenever I talk about planning you feel like it's about you.
मलाई नि भनिरा हुन्छ नि त कति.
Yeah, but talking about the wider world हुन्छ नि, because we're just so, because that's always हुन्छ नि, whenever you're meeting relatives, when you're meeting friends हुन्छ नि, that's the first kind of questions you ask. What are you doing like in life हुन्छ नि. अनि it's not about हुन्छ नि like how you're feeling or what you're going through. It's always about like what are you doing in life. So that it's always about what is making money. It's about career. Okay?
Is it productive or not?
Is it productive or not? Is it the creating value or whatever. Like the valuable product or your fucking society ko lagi. That's the kind of question that our society has been asking us.
Yeah.
I know. So more like I'm just saying that maybe those are the things you need to learn. Okay? Maybe those are the things we need to actually look at and see. Like, is this really the path that we go down? Like, we want to go down, or we want to be more aware of our existence and like just be humans first. I know, be humans first, and then like understand that currency is something that humans made. So
like that.
तर न but we need planning man नभए यस्तो कुराहरू कहिले पनि हुन्थेन if I was doing this alone like yeah right your
My turn.
Mhm.
What do you think stands between you and complete happiness?
Me. There's only one thing standing between me and like happiness is me, and that's with everyone. Man. You can definitely choose to be happy. People might not agree with this statement. That's
Okay.
all right.
Ati short answer भयो. Like, what does complete happiness to you mean? What does it look like?
Oh, it's been a combination of a lot of things. So यस्तो हुन्छ के so मलाई चाहिँ complete happiness is never external, and happiness comes from within. So
Agreed.
being satisfied, being content with just existing. Okay?
That's deep.
You need to understand that this life itself is enough. Is a miracle in itself. You being alive right now at this point of time, you out of all the fucking billion sperms being the one that like gets to live this specific era of time. So if you look at like the entire history of the earth, you know, earth has been here for like 100% भन्यो भने हामी त्यो 1-2% पनि एक्जिस्टेन्समा छैन क्या लाइक यति वर्ष भएपछि बल्ल इभल्भ हुँदाखेरि हामी ह्युमन्स पुग्यो क्या द मोडर्न सिभिलाइजेसन त लाइक हुन्छ नि अब 1800s 1900s बाट दिस मोडर्न सिभिलाइजेसन द्याट वी लिभ इन राइट नाउ हुन्छ नि ह्याभिङ टु ह्याभ दिस फकिङ माइक or all of these gadgets like you getting to watch this online or like hear this online is a very like small part of the world history okay? So just being alive in itself is enough and everything this much is like if you learn to be happy everything over that is just amazing okay?
I agree because we put our value in our work mostly whatever we do but that's such an unsustainable way of being happy okay? Like you can't like put your value on something else like you have to know that you're enough like existing doesn't mean you have to prove something
question no? There's something that you could tell your younger self a suggestion maybe like something like what would you say to her
I think अस्ति समयमा नि एक क्वेसन सोधे थियो I'm going to answer the same thing I would tell myself like related to what we just said I would tell myself that you are enough like, you don't have to like you know strive to prove something or like do something just be you're enough I think that is also something I struggle to unlearn or like relearn or learn as a whole.
There we put value on
on our work and stuff like that. So yeah, that.
Right.
Kati fun garau na ta. What's your fondest memory from childhood? Fondest.
How young are we talking?
Like it's to something that like you're the happiest हुन्छ नि. Like just being you. Like हुन्छ नि सोच्दाखेरि नै do you have those imaginations where like अति नै vividly याद छ everything is bright and like हुन्छ नि colorful and vivid and slow motion मा खाले childhood को कुनै experience छ नि
I'm like how young are we talking
it can be very young it can be like 2-3 वर्ष अगाडिकै if it was the happiest for you it can be like 4-5 वर्षको
the happiest moment
fondest memory from childhood के बच्चै 2-3 वर्ष हुँदैन childhood के 5-10 वर्ष खाली
कस्तो इन्टायर लाइफ फ्ल्यासब्याक जस्तो भएको जस्तो भइरहेको तर मेबी इज लाइक हुन्छ नि सो हामी चाहिँ बच्चामा हुँदाखेरि जनकपुरमा यु नो वी युज टु हेभ अल आवर फेस्टिभल्स त्यहाँ सेलिब्रेट गर्थ्यो क्या एन्ड स्पेसली अन द ओकेजन अफ तिहार दिवाली द रोड्सहरू युज टु बी लेट क्या लेट होइन बाटोभरि अनि केराको तुमार राखेर अनि लाइक बाटोभरि लाइक एभ्रीबडी जस्ट आउट अल नाइट के एन्ड इट्स लाइक हुन्छ नि फायर वर्क्स एन्ड इट्स जस्ट वार्म एन्ड there's people just like पटेकाहरू पड्काइरहेको हुन्छ बाटोभरि होइन अनि we just used to walk के as kids बाटोभरि घुम्यो हिँड्यो यसो अनि खानासाना खायो अनि play with our cousins and brothersहरू I think like those are like the fondest memories and where it was all like bright and warm and just love and no feelings about judgment or like all of I think the judgment and comparison ko feeling ne it came ekdamai late in life ke ekdamai late ta haina तर like 5-6 class hunda theri hola ke when you're like 10-12 years old like before that I didn't know what हुन्छ नि त्यस्तो फिलिङहरू के हुन्छ भनेर so before that I just remember love and happiness. Nice. Thank you for that. It's a good question.
Your turn.
Damn.
Do you need a moment?
I guess, all right. So the education system in Nepal and so looking back at it, just comment.
Like education system was rewarding for me. Okay?
Because
marks, I was the
it rewarded.
Yeah, people. Rewarded. So I feel like मैले गर्दा चाहिँ अझै रिइन्फोर्स भइरहेको थियो क्या त्यो बिकज मलाई त फाइदा गरिरहेको थियो नि त
You're always the topper.
या लाइक पढ्ने लाइक हुन्छ नि सो अहिले आएर चाहिँ बुझ्दाखेरि लाइक हुन्छ नि नाउ आई सोर्ट अफ लाइक अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड तर होइन यस्तो चाहिँ हो लाइक आई वाज लाइक राम्रो पढ्ने बच्चा हुन्छ नि टिचर्सहरूले माया गर्ने खालेको तर I could also understand why I couldn't understand why my friends were treated different ke because
उनीहरुको राम्रो मार्क्स आउँथेन
because मैले त I saw like my friends as they were हुन्छ नि उनीहरु like some of them were like really good in sports or like some of them were like street smart खाली हुन्छ नि like बुकबाट पढे के थाहा हुँदैन तर अरु केही सोध्दैन सब थाहा हुने खालीको नि मलाई चाहिँ I valued them for what they were whatever they were good at खालेको अनि कहिलेकाहीँ चाहिँ कन्फ्युजिङ लाग्थ्यो क्या बिकज टिचर्सहरू त सोर्ट अफ लाइक वुड फेभर मी होइन दे वुड अभियसली टक अबाउट मी टु सोर्ट अफ ब्रिङ दि अदर किड्स डाउन अनि त्यो चाहिँ
मलाई हेर न पिछाको त यति मार्क्स आयो
समथिङ लाइक द्याट अनि मलाई चाहिँ गिल्टी फिल हुन्थ्यो क्या because like why are you doing that to bring others down khali huncha ni so I think that say I don't really like because I feel like there's one way that the school system whatever huncha ni unarko curriculum or whatever is set in one way someone who doesn't just fit in is just like the outcast and not good enough ke quote unquote huncha ni like अनि अहिले गएर अहिले सोच्दाखेरि चाहिँ टिचर्स वर लाइक सो क्विक टु जज हुन्छ नि के गरेर खाँदैन लाइफमा खाले क्या अनि अहिले सोच्दाखेरि चाहिँ लाइक सो यङ किड्स हुन्छ नि युर गिभिङ देम अ मेसेज लाइक द्याट दे आर नट गुड इनफ लाइक हाउ इज द्याट नाइस टु देम खाले क्या टिचर्स आर बिङ एक्चुली सो रुड खाले जस्तो लाग्ने क्या अहिले चाहिँ माया लाग्छ क्या बच्चाहरूको
I think like the major problem that I have with the education system itself is I'm we've made to compete against each other okay? We've made to compare each other हुन्छ नि यस्तो भयो भने चाहिँ राम्रो यस्तो भयो भने चाहिँ बदमास or bad or this or that हुन्छ नि अनि most of that came out of your ability to record memory okay?
True
हुन्छ नि So if you could record and like remember things, you would do well. So the education system for me was like
memory.
Nah, I mean like it was bad. Okay?
Yeah.
I was never the topper. Never more like as bad as in like हुन्छ नि single digit marks आउने bad के
तर I about the memory thing हैन I struggle with that. I struggle really hard with that के memory चाहिँ मलाई कन्ठ गर्नै नसक्ने के I still don't know like त्यो 9 को टेबल हुन्छ नि 8 को टेबल I still don't know because I never like remembered हुन्छ नि I was bad in geography हुन्छ नि कसको कुन capital के यस्तो like I literally like कन्ठै पार्न नसक्ने के अनि तर I had a really nice teacher maths को चाहिँ अनि अब maths मा त mostly पहिला त कन्ठ गरेर जान्थ्यो नि त यसको आयो भने यस्तो खाले अनि he was the one who like sort of explained why it is the way it is खालेको explain the procedure अनि के हो कसो हो बुझाउने के कन्ठ नगराउने के अनि that's how I sort of started studying के अनि मलाई त्यो केमिस्ट्रीहरू यस्तोहरुमा चाहिँ I really had a hard time के अति नै अनि बिकज अब अरु सब्जेक्टमा त राम्रो मार्क्स आउँछ नि त सो अब झन् एडेड प्रेसर टु परफर्म बेटर के
तिम्रो चाइल्डहुड ट्रमाजहरु निस्किरहेछ जस्तो लागिरहेछ
अब यस्तो क्वेसन सोधेछ निस्किहाल्छ नि what the fuck
but yeah
but I've come in terms with them so yeah so that's that के कुरा गर्दा थियौ मेमोरी हैन
No, we're talking about the education system. The education system, how it just like rewards the के भन्छ memory भनौं न याद कन्ठ गर्न सक्ने कुराहरु
म चाहिँ like त्यही what I was saying is कन्ठ चाहिँ गर्नै नसक्ने के but I really appreciate my teacher who she's like you know he school ma चाहिँ I learned how to learn के
I think like मलाई चाहिँ what I was coming to is
you're not taught how to
yeah I mean
learn.
fuck bro like education system मलाई चाहिँ school मा चाहिँ you just cause I actually the things that I remember right now मैले like it's only been के भन्ने class 9 10 and above को मात्रै होला के याद भएको मलाई त 5 6 7 मा के पढाए पनि थाहा छैन के हुन्छ नि and but what I'm trying to say is like at that point of time when you're just growing up हुन्छ नि like you should just be taught to be a good human being and हुन्छ नि and taught to learn ke communicate learn ask questions make friends and so just taught life skills ke to be ethical to be empathetic and so
I think that should be additional to other things too कहाँ अब 10 सम्म तिमीलाई त्यो मोरल क्लासमा दियो भने त कहाँ STEM fieldsहरुको लागि you have to like
yeah I get that
हुन्छ नि but I think moral very important तिमीले भने कुरा very important maybe till primary त्यसपछि like maybe you know exposing them to things that they might have an interest at
yeah and embracing differences okay?
yeah
because
that is important
because let's say schools ma there's always taught that this is the framework of being successful
yeah
हुन्छ नि अनि त्यो framework ma fit भयो भने मात्रै you're rewarded so anything or anybody who does not fit that framework is punished के हैन त्यसले गर्दा चाहिँ त्यो डिफरेन्सेसहरुलाई चाहिँ मोटिभेट so anybody who's different who does not fit that framework is outcasted हुन्छ नि म चाहिँ जहिले पनि त्यो उसमा हुन्थे के because academically चाहिँ never performed well हैन अनि त्यसले गर्दा चाहिँ like they would just label me as like you said you know यसले गरि खाँदैन टाइप्स हुन्छ नि but yeah man like म त्यही के that is कस्तो हुन्छ पाए education system
yeah I get you la भयो म सोधौं
जे पाए education system त हैन bro we learn a lot but
I think it's getting better अब बिस्तारै
it's getting better but त्यही त
yeah I think सबको childhood traumas come from school school and like हुन्छ नि how you're treated in the mass because घरमा त it's for most of us it's okay भनौं न
तर फेरि it's not even traumatic मलाई कहिले पनि त्यसमा भ्याल्यु नै थिएन कि I was always against the system खाले के growing up जहिले पनि the reason like even if I knew things I would leave a blank paper के म चाहिँ cause मलाई चाहिँ रिस उठ्थ्यो के स्कुल देखेर रिस उठ्यो कि मलाई टिचर मन परेन हुन्छ नि so I would always question the things that were in the syllabus that was in the course
but you never got the answer
no like हुन्छ नि cause कस्तो हुन्थ्यो भने if यो यस्तो हो भने हैन if I asked why it was like because the book says so खाली हुन्छ नि and that was never good enough for me के so त्यस्तो हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ I would like literally just rebel के इट्स बुलशिट टाइपको
But yeah, I mean, obviously,
मलाई
you
चाहिँ अनि
rebel
त्यो-
and stuff, होइन?
तर त्यो चाहिँ सिकाउनु पर्छ जस्तो लाग्छ क्या टु आस्क क्वेसन्स क्या क्वेसन द अथोरिटिज फकिङ इफ दे डोन्ट हेभ आन्सर्स हुन्छ नि देन आई नो म्यान लाइक फाइन आन्सर्स होइन लाइक देयर हेज टु बी अ गुड इनफ रिजनिङ फर एभ्रिथिङ क्या
Yeah, I
know.
get that.
मलाई चाहिँ यो जस्ट बिकज सो एन्ड सो सेड सोमा चाहिँ इट्स नट कन्भिन्सिङ इनफ अन्त त्यस्तो भएर चाहिँ आई वुड जस्ट रिबेल अलट हुन्छ नि त्यो भएर चाहिँ बिकज आई अलवेज न्यू हुन्छ नि लाइक मलाई चाहिँ त्यो घोकेर एक्जाम दिनु त कुड नट होइन तर लाइक सम थिङ्स अब फेरि कस्तो हुन्थ्यो भने मेरो त्यो वाइल्ड ड्रास्टिक थियो क्या सो म्याथ्स दिस द्याट हुन्छ नि दिस इज दिस बिकज दिस होइन त्यस्तो भयो भने चाहिँ म त एक्जाममा गएर सोधिदिन्थेँ क्या आई वुड लाइक गिभ देम अ ब्ल्याङ्क पेपर नाम लेखेर हुन्छ नि बिकज द्याट वाज जस्ट माई रिबेलियन खालि होइन बट देन
हेप्दिने
काइन्ड अफ मैले सकेँ जति तर जस अरू कुनैहरूमा चाहिँ अब आई रियली लाइक सोसियोलोजी हिस्ट्री लिट्रेचर होइन त्यस्तोमा चाहिँ फेरि क्लास टप हानिदिने क्या हुन्छ नि सो इट वाज मेरो चाहिँ लाइक मार्क्स वाज अल ओभर द प्लेस क्या एउटामा 6 लिटरली
टप हान्थ्यो स्कुलमा त्यो सब्जेक्टहरूमा
6 आउट अफ 100 आउँथ्यो मेरो म्याथ्सहरूमा होइन अनि त्यसपछि लिट्रेचरहरूमा चाहिँ हुन्छ नि इट वुड बी
लिट्रेचर त होइन होला तिमी स्पेलिङमै सब तिम्रो आधा मार्क्स कटुन्थ्यो होला हिस्ट्रीमा चाहिँ होला
हिस्ट्री त्यस्तोहरूमा चाहिँ त्यो मेरो राम्रो आउँदैन लाइक 70हरू 70-80 जस्तो आउने क्या सो इट डिपेन्डेड अन लाइक हुन्छ नि वाट सो इफ फ्री थिङ्किङ सब्जेक्ट्सहरू लाइक सोसियोलोजी सो ए लेभल्समा पढ्दाखेरि पनि त्यस्तो फ्री थिङ्किङ सब्जेक्टहरूमा चाहिँ आई अलवेज पर्फर्म वेल क्या बिकज देन आई कुड पुट अन माई आइडियाज
के भन्ला मैले के भन्ला थिएँ बिकज यु सेड स्कुलमा ट्रमाटिक थिङ हुँदैन भनेको थियो नि तिमी समथिङ लाइक द्याट
हुँदैन
लाइक मैले भनेको थिएँ नि स्कुलबाट नै हो सबजनालाई ट्रमा हुने खालेको एन्ड इभन इफ यु रिबेल देन इभन इफ यु हुन्छ नि did what you wanted to do, I'm pretty sure it had some effect on you, no?
Yeah,
त्यही भन्नु खोजेँ मैले
made me more understanding about किन चाहिँ it had to be that way खाले भनेर हुन्छ नि
या तर मलाई पनि त्यो घोक्नु पऱ्यो भने चाहिँ मलाई त हार्ड टाइम नै हुन्थ्यो आई कान्ट रिमेम्बर स्टफ्स अहिले त आई थिङ्क इभन मोर बिकज आई रिमेम्बर पहिला चाहिँ इफ आई मेट सम वान वी गट अलङ लाइक बर्थडेज याद हुन्थ्यो क्या right now I'm struggling so hard to remember when your birthday is.
When is my birthday?
Can we move to the next question? I also prepared some what are your thoughts on Khalil. What are your thoughts on the quota system?
त्यो मलाई अट्याक हान्ने हाम्रो प्राइभेट कन्भर्सेसन Alright, so on an idealistic worldview, quota system should not exist. I do not believe in the quota system. But I understand why it's necessary. So I understand that it's necessary right now because there's a lot of inequality. अनि त्यो गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ obviously merit भए पनि त्यो जाने बाटो नभएर चाहिँ you need to leave out a quota for like हुन्छ नि अलिकति त्यो प्रिभिलेज नभएको मान्छेहरू अपर्च्युनिटिजहरू नपाएको मान्छेहरूलाई चाहिँ आई गेट वाइ इट इज नेसेसरी राइट नाउ बट देन मलाई चाहिँ कोटा सिस्टमको त्यो आइडिया नै मन पर्दैन क्या हुन्छ नि बिकज लाइक हुन्छ नि अहिले चाहिँ आई भ्यू people as people क्या हुन्छ नि लाइक
that's why quota system should not be there.
Hear me out. कस्तो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ so everybody if you just so what is the job and what is the work के को लागि चाहिँ हो हैन so if the work is for a speaker हैन the merit should be who's the best speaker rather than being कुन जेन्डरको स्पिकर कुन कास्टको स्पिकर कुन एजको स्पिकर कुन एथनिसिटीको स्पिकर कुन रेसको स्पिकर हुन्छ नि सो मलाई त्यो चाहिँ मन पर्दैन क्या लाइक इफ युआर अ गुड स्पिकर हुन्छ नि इफ यु आर बेटर देन एभ्रिबडी एल्स even if you're the most privileged person if you're better than everybody else you deserve the seat I know so even if you're the least privileged person if you're better than everybody you deserve the seat so obviously since we have that inequality, we have that divide, not everybody has the same opportunities. त्यो भएर चाहिँ I understand why it's necessary. I understand why it's necessary, but I don't like, I'm not up for the quota system, but I understand why it's necessary.
So if you are in an authority where you can choose having quota system or not, would you?
So अहिले चाहिँ हुन्छ नि this quota system and everything हुन्छ नि being more inclusive has become like a trend के. So whenever people are making cabinets, like international world leadersहरू हुन्छ नि, they're picking like one mixed race, one black person, one this, one that हुन्छ नि, just to look nice के, just so the cabinet looks nice, looks diverse. हैन
त्यो लुक्स नाइसको त कुरा हैन नि. कोटा सिस्टममा 80% वुमेन, 80% जनजाति, 80% दलित भनेर भन्यो भने त
why though?
They're putting into it, no? They're doing their job, no?
They're doing their job, हैन, but it's also because it looks nice, no? It looks inclusive.
They are trying to make it more inclusive.
Get it. I
don't
it.
get your point.
You're not listening नि त.
भन नि त.
मलाई कम्प्लिट त गर्नु दियो भने त बल्ल यो you know, like it's not a competition के. I'm serious, it's not a competition. I'm not trying to win a point ke. I'm trying to put my thought forward.
Too, yeah.
So I resent when like your world leaders or the cabinet comes out and like everybody's so happy because they're like all race ko manse, all caste ko manse, all genders ko manse, you know. But what I'm saying is, if you're gonna fucking run a country, you know, like I would prefer like all the cabinet members being like त्यो के भन्छ criteria fulfill गर्ने चाहिँ के हुन्छ नि. So just because you're of a certain marginalized community हुन्छ नि, त्यो मात्र भएर तिमीलाई up there राख्नु र because there's people who've spent like a majority of their life हुन्छ नि perfecting their craft to certain thing, त्यहाँ गएर होस् like no matter which caste, which religion, which ethnicity, whatever privilege you have भन्नु के बुझ्यो. So मलाई चाहिँ I would prefer if there was merit first and everything else second हुन्छ नि. I understand like being the need of being inclusive हुन्छ नि, and that is a must, you know, people like voices should be heard, but like just because त्यो हुन्छ नि त्यो मलाई त्यो porn figures राखेको चाहिँ मन पर्दैन के. Because if you see हाम्रो अहिलेको पनि parliamentमा we have this women quota system हुन्छ नि, but I feel like a lot of women there like don't deserve to sit there के.
Yeah, I agree to that.
हुन्छ नि,
But
yeah.
I
No,
think this
I'm like saying the same thing with men as well, eh? The same thing with men as well. जति पनि parliament members हरू बसिरहेछ नि हैन, like I would rather prefer हुन्छ नि त्यो gender wise भन्दाखेरि पनि there are a lot of people who don't have the credentials, who don't have the credibilities that would back up to like be sitting there हुन्छ नि, like be it men, be it women, be it any gender, any caste हुन्छ नि. So I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is I would like मलाई चाहिँ अलिकति राम्रो हुन्छ नि एजुकेसन र एक्सपिरियन्स भएको मान्छे भइदिए चाहिँ I would prefer that more.
Yeah. Two things. One, I feel like त्यो पार्लियामेन्टमा वुमेनहरू छ who don't deserve to be there.
No, I'm not just talking about women.
Women or men, okay, they're there, or like people who are there, they probably don't deserve to be there. But it's not only, it doesn't only have to do with quota. Okay? There are probably like other underlying problems that goes there. I know?
Exactly.
I know. That's there. So blaming it entirely on quota system might be wrong.
Yes.
Hi. Another thing is, अब full on debate नहीं हुन्छ. Privilege. So you talked about how people who've like crafted their work for like worked on their craft for like 40 years, probably like if you look at them, it comes from a place of privilege. Okay? And because of their privilege, they had that environment, they had that resources to perfect their craft. I know. तर like quota system भएन भने त दलित जनजाति महिला whatever हुन्छ नि तिनीहरु त they'll never even get to see that, no? And when you say like merit should come first, I think it does come first because सबैलाई नै महिला दलित नै राख भनेको त छैन नि त. So it's just like portion of things. अनि I don't get why that doesn't make sense मात्रै हो के. So repeating the second question again, if you are in the power, like if you have the authority, would you or would you not have the quota system?
I would not.
Okay, let's move to the next question.
Yes.
No comments. This is something we have to like, I have to agree to disagree. भन्ने के भन्ने. Anyways, ठिकै छ.
Yeah. फेरि यस्तो हो, मलाई चाहिँ it depends. Maybe quota system on different things. You talked a lot, you put forward good ideas about, and obviously not everybody has opportunities and solid. So this we do have quota systems in the education system where people can get in. So those I can get behind. Okay?
Yeah, but education fine. Okay, why not your parliament? उनीहरूले चाहिँ हेर्न नपाउने कस्तो हुन्छ भनेर.
यस्तो हो. So parliament is
again it's like 2%. कति percent हैन?
Democracy. I have a problem. I have a problem with the democracy itself, and so.
त्यो त हैन होला.
My democracy is Socratesले actually भनेको थियो. So democracy at certain point, एउटा pointमा पुगेपछि it just becomes a popularity contest भनेर हुन्छ नि. And that hasn't been more true than right now. Okay, हुन्छ नि. So.
What after democracy then? Because we can like definitely not go back. And be like हुन्छ नि monarchy.
राजावादी हो. So
what after democracy? कि त someone has to come up with a revolutionary idea हुन्छ नि. But probably democracy, there's probably ways you can do it right. Okay?
Yeah, there's probably ways we can do it right, and the Scandinavian countries are trying to do it better. हुन्छ नि. They're trying to do it better. So I think like America is के भन्ने अलिकति त्यो सबै हुन्छ नि, the most democratic land of freedom खाली हुन्छ नि, land of the free,
the American dream.
Yeah, the American dream हुन्छ नि. So democracy भनेपछि we put America as the त्यो हुन्छ नि forefront झन्डा लिएर हिँडेको democracy को हैन. And I think that is not the हुन्छ नि ideal way जस्तो लाग्छ कि आजकल. Should we form in a society हुन्छ नि, because at the end of that just becomes a popularity contest क्या हैन. हाम्रो politics पनि हेर्यो भने it's a popularity contest क्या. Elections are just a popularity contest क्या.
Okay, let's move ahead.
Right. Your thoughts on religion?
Religion. It's not this to attack हुने खाली question त हैन. यस्तो religion चाहिँ people who believe it should do it. People who don't should have a choice to like not follow it.
Take. Do you think religion, follow-up question, do you think आजको जमानामा religion is still important?
That's also very subjective, because I will not belittle people who are religious. And it's not about आजको जमाना हुन्छ नि. Like obviously what religion did back then has definitely
shaped our world.
Shaped our world भन्दा नि अहिले चाहिँ tone down चाहिँ भएको छ.
Tone down? Bruh, where you live in?
हैन, obviously.
Where you live in?
हैन.
There's extremist
extremist, yes.
Hindutva movements happening right next door.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
True, agreed. Rajavadi is also very...
Yeah, what are you saying?
But like, how we can talk about religion openly is far more better than how it was before, Nita. I know. So yeah, it's very subjective about अहिलेको जमानामा religion. What was your question? Religion follow गर्नुपर्छ or no?
No, I'm follow गर्नुपर्छ हैन के. Does religion still make sense?
It depends, man. Because I have seen people who have faith in God, and that helps them become a better person, and good for them. हुन्छ नि. There are days where I'm like, I feel like भगवान, like oh my God, खालीको हुन्छ, and like you sort of like pray and stuff, and that's fine, I think. So it makes sense for some, maybe doesn't for others, and that is okay. They just need to have the choice. Last question. I have 2 bombs to drop. I'm just like
Oh
I'm just
my
like
God.
thinking which one it is.
पर्दैन.
Let's end it with a very funny Ramailo question.
Mhm.
This is a very intellectual question, eh, tara.
Wow.
Why does our feet smell and nose run? You have to be very smart to answer that. And it's okay, you can pass.
This is gonna be the dumbest shit ever. Oh my God.
Think about it, bro. Like, nose run हुन्छ क्या, like my nose is running, like runny nose भइरहेछ. Feet smells रे क्या.
This is the kind of humor I have to get through every day. You guys are so lucky that you just have to watch this shit like, I know, once or twice a week. I have to go through this every
Comment
single
if it's
day.
not funny. All right.
Damn. Spare me. Spare me. I pass.
I know you weren't like intelligent enough to answer that. It's all right.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, अरू के छ question?
भन न answer.
I know, but त्यो like मलाई पनि थाहा छैन.
Oh, there's no answer to that question.
Bro, it's just like runny nose, foot say smells के. It's just like a funny like
Kosto
rhetorical question.
anticlimactic end के.
It's okay, we can make our own ending. Maybe that was
Damn,
not the
man.
ending.
Nah, I think one more question goes at your तत्ति भयो यार.
हो
Oh,
तर त्यो अति deep छ नि त.
हान्दिम न त. I like going deep. If you know what I mean.
Now this is the humor I have to deal with, guys.
Oh,
ल very easy one है त अब.
Nah, I don't mind deep.
होइन डिप गऱ्यो भने फेरि 2 घन्टा बोल्छ क्या कस्तो
No, it's
मेरो त
alright.
त्यस्तै क्वेसन छ क्या
तिमीलाई त्यस्तै question नै चाहियो.
अब झन् उल्टो दिनु पर्यो नि त
No, but I mean like make it interesting for the audience as well, no?
या ल तर होइन my questions are so funny and so interesting they can ask that questions to other friends so
All right.
तर
Go
ल
for
ठिकै
it.
छ I will ask you about your thoughts on gender pronouns.
Oh my God. You're gonna get me cancelled, yo. You're gonna get me cancelled.
Remember all the friends you have from the LGBTQI community.
Man. Yes, though. So my stands on the pronouns are nice. No, my stands on the pronouns are so if if people want to be referred in a certain way, because it makes me feel good, or like this is how I identify, like I can get behind that, I understand, but you also need to understand that these things are not out there. Not everybody's gonna go through the hardship of reading, learning, and understanding everything. Only like if people get your pronouns wrong, you know, like I mean like alikati. But it's okay. So it's all right. Referring to people with their pronouns, it's all right. It's good. Like if somebody asked me to like refer to them as
They them.
whatever pronouns they use, like I would comply. But then if you're gonna force me to do it, then again that might become a problem.
I mean, if you agree to it, they don't have to force.
Yeah, I get it, but so a lot of countries, मलाई यो debate चाहिँ कहाँबाट आयो भन्दाखेरि हैन, a lot of countries के गर्नु खोजे, a lot of countries they were trying to make it illegal खाले के. So if you mispronounce my pronouns, I could like report you, okay? बुझ्यौ? So त्यस्तो like अब त्यो चाहिँ त्यस्तो खाले चाहिँ I don't get हुन्छ नि, because there is certain understanding. अब English language itself is also always evolving, हैन? अब कति हामी अस्ति भर्खरै I was in a discussion with Yuva, हैन? On so many gender pronouns हरु जुन छ नि, or just like referring to people like asexual people or like demisexual people, or like like it's hard because कति धेरै languages हरुमा चाहिँ त्यो उनै छैन के
या इन नेपाली पनि नेपालीमा पनि के छ त खासै छैन नि
अलिङ्गी खै के भन्छ क्या
अलिङ्गी
त्यस्तै अलिङ्गी सो देयर्स इट्स हार्ड के हुन्छ नि अनि कति ल्याङ्ग्वेजेसमा त्यो छैन होइन अनि देन अगेन एट वाट पोइन्ट हुन्छ नि डज फ्रिडम अफ स्पिच एन्ड अन लाइक अफेन्स स्टार्ट के बुझ्यो सो त्यो चाहिँ इज अनदर स्पेक्ट्रम के बिकज आई सुड बी फ्री टु speak whatever. So मलाई चाहिँ freedom of speech ranks higher for me than offending other people. Okay? You know, I would rather have everybody in this world be free to express their ideas, their thoughts. हुन्छ नि अनि त्यो हुन्छ नि so not saying something because it would offend other people. हुन्छ नि त्यो चाहिँ I think we're going too much into that जस्तो लाग्छ क्या हुन्छ नि yes हुन्छ नि you should be kind to people, try not to offend people, but then if you really want to say something meaningful, you can't say it without offending people. Okay? No? It's not just about pronouns. Okay? So, do you think we've reached a point where we know exactly these are the things that are right and these are the things that are wrong?
Yeah, I mean, I agree on that one. Freedom of speech कहाँ end हुन्छ अनि offense कताबाट सुरु हुन्छ वाला कुरा चाहिँ हैन तर there's always a better way of putting things across के
yes
त्यो चाहिँ मलाई हुन्छ नि especially people who have that influence or people who have that power हुन्छ नि they चाहिँ should be trained के to address or communicate things in a way that is अब diplomatic way पट्टै त हो नि अब like you said हुन्छ नि are we there enough to are we there where we can like completely say that this is the way of living life this is not obviously not we're always like learning relearning unlearning whatever
get it हुन्छ नि तर like हुन्छ नि the के भन्ने अहिले चाहिँ the far left movement हुन्छ नि is gotten to a point where they're like हुन्छ नि like this is right this is wrong and that's it हुन्छ नि anything beyond that is just like अति नै हुन्छ नि like cancel
I get that
होइन but what I'm trying to say is and if you don't encourage free speech if you don't encourage talking about new ideas होइन च्यालेन्ज गर्नु पायो तर त्यो आइडियाजहरू त सर्फेस त हुनु देऊ डिस्कस त गर्नु देऊ होइन बिकज अ लट अफ आइडियाज द्याट हामीले 50 years ago 100 years ago होइन कम्प्लिटली डिसमिस गरेको आइडियाजहरू लाइक नाउ वी नो इट्स ट्रु होइन नाउ इट्स चेन्ज आवर वर्ल्ड होइन सो सेम कुराहरू द सेम आइडियाज अबाउट आई नो polyamory the same ideas about open marriages open relationships or like a lot of things हुन्छ नि because just like monogamous relationships marriages was created and then turned into law and compelled people to हुन्छ नि like just have one sort of relationship now again we're हुन्छ नि at the point of questioning that okay? because त्यो monogamous relationship like हुन्छ नि त्यो पनि बनाएकै हो नि त होइन लाइक वी टक्ड इन आवर प्रिभियस एपिसोड्सहरू
I understand that होइन तर
बट आइम नट जस्ट रिलेसनसिप चाहिँ एउटा एक्जाम्पल मात्र हो है प्लिज यसै मात्रै नलिनुहोस्
कस्तो आई लस्ट माई ट्रेन अफ थट के भन्नु थियो तिमी
न्यू आइडियाज
Yeah, I know you were talking about extremism and how people are just like cancelled the moment anything goes against them खाली न but I think it's also because त्यो far left like usually collides with the far right होइन अनि त्यसले गर्दा पनि is like because what they say doesn't come from a place of understanding like you do like you're saying right now होइन तिमीले भनेको त तिमीले भने अनुसार त there should be you should welcome new ideas or like the idea should be challenged भनेर हो नि त but I think the reason why it's always turned down is because the intent is not that okay? The intent is not understanding but bringing the other person down on the that's why there is the divide हुन्छ नि
again like talking about extremes हुन्छ नि
and also I think I've said this पहिला पनि in the podcast. I sort of believe that there has to be extremes to bring things in balance.
मलाई चाहिँ I feel like जति extreme भयो त्यति नै divide हुन्छ क्या. So there's a lot of things that me and Kridisha don't agree upon. I think like हरेक कुरा नै लियो भने I think I have a different point of view and she has a different point of view, and I think that's what makes this work. हुन्छ नि, trying to find the balance. So again, like talking about extremes, होइन, मलाई चाहिँ how I look at things is एउटा साइडको एक्सट्रिम भएन. So I am in the middle, suppose हुन्छ नि. I am okay with हुन्छ नि like the LGBTIQI community and like everybody हुन्छ नि. I'm just like okay with everybody being everybody हुन्छ नि. So I'm in the center, होइन, not for the left, not for the right. ठिक छ हुन्छ नि, like practice your marriage हुन्छ नि, also like do whatever chill मा, होइन. तर if there's like far left movements are going on, like हुन्छ नि, people can't say anything wrong हुन्छ नि. Just if you don't say my pronouns right, I'm gonna like report you to the police. Make this a law. And if you start saying make हुन्छ नि pronouns like a law and like stuff like that, then it's gonna push people who are in the center again further right. Okay, get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. I get it. Obviously I do. तर मैले भन्नु खोजेको चाहिँ अब there are people who are like हुन्छ नि, if you don't get my pronouns right, I'm gonna cancel you. And there are also people who are in the extreme right who think like being gay is a disease. हुन्छ नि. So people in the middle, everyone is in the middle, okay?
Not everyone.
Most of us are in most of us are in the middle हुन्छ नि. अनि त्यो extremely चाहिँ मलाई चाहिँ I don't know, it might be an abstract idea or whatever. Like त्यो आयो भन्ने बित्तिकै doesn't mean that everybody is going to follow that. त्यो 100% हुँदैन, अनि त्यो extreme right को पनि 100% हुँदैन. So it's like in the middle and in the gray zone. Okay?
But you need to understand that extremes are the things that are like अलिकति radical कुराहरु भयो भने चाहिँ त्यसले नै.
But what I think about extremism is like it surface to the social media मा पनि resurface हुने एकदम छिटो हुने चाहिँ त्यही नै हो.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's always promoted, like hate and like stuff हुन्छ नि. Because राम्रो भयो भने people just like and leave, but if there's offensive, people will comment and there's more interaction. And
you know, I have another question.
All right.
Now this is on extremism and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I'm quite surprised you didn't ask me about veganism and all of that as a go.
Yeah.
But I want to like.
She's vegan on Mondays.
Yeah. And look at the contrast there, eh? त्यो चाहिँ मैले middle ground बाट हुन्छ नि, I'm trying to be gray there, but you want me to be an extremist in that, के?
What?
भन्नाले अब तिमी भन्छौ नि त मलाई like किन मन्डेमा त गर्ने भयो, होल डे गर किदो गर्दै नगर खाली. So that's sort of like a contrast, के? अनि why I'm bringing that up is because the reason why I am like, you know, Mondays or like हुन्छ नि certain days or one meal plant based is because
you want to reduce your carbon footprint.
Carbon footprint is one, reducing cruelty is one, and मलाई चाहिँ like sort of so many podcasts and so many things you read and like come across, you know. But one thing I think कुन चाहिँ ओप्राको मा हो कि कसको podcast मा सुन्दाखेरि चाहिँ one thing that really stuck to me and was how यस्तो changesहरू, यस्तो revolution नै थियो in a point. यस्तो चेन्जेसहरू चाहिँ come from imperfect actions रे के, imperfect के भन्छ त्यसलाई, effort रे के. So you don't have to be like, you know, vegan 7 days a week खालेको forever खालेको, but like your intent and your action they have to match, and that's why भनेको के. So अब ग्रेजमा काम गर्यो भने मान्छेहरूलाई पस्दैन, एक्सट्रिम्समा काम गर्यो भने झनै पस्दैन हुन्छ नि. So where do you find the balance?
You find a balance in small things here. But yeah, I mean, I can get behind veganism for like ethical reasons. But what I don't get is, so if people are me being a fitness instructor doing all kind, so me when I talk to people and they go vegan for health reasons, I don't get it. I know, but when people say like for ethical reasons, I can get behind that. Okay, I understand how, because it's not it's not a good view हुन्छ नि about like फेरि veganism चाहिँ अब you need to understand that हुन्छ नि अब veganism को point के त animal cruelty घटाउनु पर्यो हैन or remove that completely हैन अनि carbon footprint को कुरा धेरै कुरा भएन यो चाहिँ is very prevalent like अमेरिका एन्ड एकदमै ठुलो कन्ट्रिजहरूमा क्या होइन सो
लार्ज
स्केलमा हुन्छ एन्ड इट्स क्रुल एन्ड इट्स लाइक लिटरली अ फ्याक्ट्री हुन्छ नि अनि इट्स हरिबल क्या होइन इट्स लाइक डेड राइट हरिबल अब हुन्छ नि अनि यु कुड मेक लज टु मेक दोज प्लेसेस बेटर हुन्छ नि अलिकति क्रुअल्टी फ्री लाइक दिस द्याट हुन्छ नि बेटर एथिकल वेज होइन बट लाइक द सेम काइन्ड अफ कुराहरू कान्ट बी अप्लाइड इन नेपाल बिकज हुन्छ नि we are an agriculture-based country still, and there's a lot of small farmers. जसको बाट चाहिँ काठमाडौँमा यताउतिहरू कुखुराहरू आउँछ चल्लाहरू आउँछ the milk that you drink हुन्छ नि a lot of those things are small farmsहरू क्या so हाम्रो चाहिँ there's a lot of openly grazed गर्ने animalsहरू हुन्छ नि still गाउँघरमा हुन्छ नि so काठमाडौँमा पनि स्टिल होला अब डिडिसी यिनीहरू लाइक बिग प्लेयर्सहरू मेबी दे हेभ लाइक हुन्छ नि अलिकति त्यसरी गर्ने होइन बट या बट अब जनकपुरमा इफ आई गो ब्याक होइन दिस लाइक हाम्रो लाइक प्लेसमा 10-15वटा गाई छ क्या अनि दे प्रड्युस मिल्क हुन्छ नि सो म जनकपुरमा गएर आई एम भिगन बिकज दिस इज एनिमल क्रुअल्टी गऱ्यो भने त इट डजन्ट मेक सेन्स क्या बिकज इट्स नट एक्चुली हुन्छ नि and then again it was like a lot of things abo so chickens they graze freely huncha ni abo in gaunharu pratibha you might know huncha ni so त्यही त I mean yeah like everybody who lives in Nepal they know okay gaunharuतिर गयो भने गाई बाख्रा उहरू they like openly grazing के हुन्छ नि so again if you say हुन्छ नि I'm like completely vegan मलाई चाहिँ animal मारेको नै I don't want any dead meat inside me I can get behind that okay you know but like on few days say I'm like not okay with killing animals and other days say I am say I can't I don't understand you know but again like if it was so how vegan bhanda theri pani if you say I'm not gonna eat from these big companies like McDonald's or these things I can get behind that okay I understand उनीहरूले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ it's fueling a very bad sense of कुरा होइन but then there's same thing where there is like हुन्छ नि ethical farming small farmers नेपाल जसले चाहिँ गाउँ पालेर they just trying to make do हुन्छ नि अब काठमाडौँमा सबजना vegan हुन थाल्यो भने त ब्रो फार्मिङ त कहाँ जान्छ त
त्यो 100% हुँदा नि हुँदैन के
I mean no I'm just saying अब idealistically
हैन
भयो भने
the ideal is not to get everyone vegan के
is it
सबजना 100% नै vegan नै
I mean like see I have no problem with veganism के हुन्छ नि I get it के हुन्छ नि we're all just trying to figure out ways एउटा वेबाट हुन्छ कि अर्को वेबाट हुन्छ कि कसरी चाहिँ यु मेक दिस वर्ल्ड अ बेटर प्लेस टु लिभ भनेर होइन तर जब चाहिँ दिस थिङ्स गेट प्रिची नि हुन्छ नि
Yeah, I think like you just have problem with the extreme preachy वाला thing not the
मलाई पनि लाइक कोटा सिस्टमसँग पनि आई हेभ नो प्रब्लम के बुझ्यो बट वेन इट बिकम्स ल मलाई पनि प्रोनाउन्ससँग पनि आई हेभ नो प्रब्लम के बट इफ यु गोना मेक इट अ ल एन्ड फोर्स पिपल टु से इट or then that increases like freedom of speech ke, which I cannot agree with. Get it? So I have no problem with pronouns. Like I have a lot of friends from the LGBTQI community, but there's again like no problem with that. And then if when they educate me about these things, but if it's gonna be in law, then freedom of speech, man, I'm like give you a huge middle finger.
I get that.
Oh.
I can understand.
Again, veganism, but if you tell me, this is what it's for. Because what you're trying to, the idea is to like give animals a better like life-ish. I mean,
अलि बेसी भयो. We actually plan to just have the podcast for like 45 minutes or 1 hour. Looking at the time. 2 घण्टा होला.
I'm going to edit and I'm going to cut this down a little bit.
Yeah, and it was fun. It was nice to like talk about a lot of things. Yeah, I enjoyed. Did you?
I did.
No?
Yeah, I enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed as well. And
we hope you guys don't cancel us.
yes, please. Cancel.
Cancel on the last slide.
आज मेरो एकदम भ्यूजहरु डेन्जर दियो जस्तो.
तिम्रो views extreme थियो यार आज.
I mean, if you call
no, I
that
mean,
extreme.
why I say extreme is extreme भन्दा नि there was the divide. What are your views on? ल अर्को सोधौँ. ल, would you rather be surrounded by people who brag all the time or by people who complain all the time?
I think we should end it here. That was a nice episode. Congratulations to us. And thank you so much for sticking around for so long. And we love you guys. And like, please like, share, and subscribe. Please subscribe and like hit the bell icon. And so we'll be putting out a lot of content. We have a lot of guests lined up. And thank you.
I'm sure you don't want to answer that question.
I wouldn't be surrounded by any of them, bro. I'm cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was nice. More than reflecting on the last year, I think we reflected on our entire life as well.
All time.
Which is okay. I think this is a good bonding with our viewers and listeners. Hola.
A good bonding between us as well. I think I got to know you a little better.
Yeah, I think that.
You think?
I mean, I might think otherwise, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Alrighty.
Yeah, anyways, I think it was fun. It was nice. And keep supporting us and loving us. हामीलाई तपाईहरुले माया गर्नुभयो भने हामी अझै more encouraged भएर अझै more content put out गर्ने छौं. So with that, we can end today's episode. Thank you for listening and stay around for the next one. Bye.